I know it's been over a year since I started this channel, and um, actually, not since I started the channel, but since I posted my last video. And I feel like I haven't really been posting mainly because when I first started, I didn't want to throw the guy I thought was my husband, which is a long story, under the bus. That was my main thing. Like, I was trying to get back to um, being healthy, not necessarily back to it, but becoming healthy. And that's not just physically, that's like mentally and emotionally as well. And in that relationship, I just couldn't do it. So I kind of just posted here and there. It wasn't a big deal or anything like that. Um, and then last year when I started posting, I thought about it. It's like, you know what? I feel like I should still post some stuff because I can help people, but a lot of stuff started happening. So here I am back. It's what, 2019 now. We have about 6 months left of 2019, right? And I feel like I'm not where I was last year or the year before that. I feel like I've accomplished so much already, but I can see that there is still a long ways to go. So it's like I want to get healthy, like physically, like lose weight and all that stuff. But I realized um, I started a diet or started detoxing, and I would fall off. Like suddenly, I just fall off. Like I'll have days where I just don't want to get out of the bed. So, but that's not the case because I have a son, and he keeps me very active. Excuse me, I'm holding this phone. But anyway, so he keeps me active, and I feel like I owe it to him to get out the bed. So it's like that depression and anxiety doesn't really flare up as much as it could because I have a reason to get up. I have a reason to move around, and not only that, it's like now I'm going to counseling and to therapy, like counseling groups, and to therapy. So that has helped me a lot over these past couple of years, especially being in a relationship that was extremely abusive. Um, my husband, or I thought was my husband, was extremely manipulative, lying about everything, but that's another story. Yes, it's a whole gambit, and I don't want to give too much on here in case he's watching, or someone he deals with is watching. So I'll let you know when that situation is over and taken care of. Um, it will never be over because we have a child together, but to the extent I'm talking about is our marriage. Um, so I'm working on that. I guess I'll have stories about that. I'm not quite sure yet if I want to share, not necessarily because I don't want to throw him under the bus, but because there's a lot going on, and there's a lot that's happening on the legal side of it. So we'll see how that goes. Um, but yeah, everything over here is fine. I moved, have my own place still. Um, it's just getting mentally prepared, for everything. That's another thing. Like, I realize I am my worst enemy in everything. I am my worst enemy. So once I can get over the hurts and the pains and me doubting myself, I feel like I will be fine. And I feel like that can be shared with anyone. That can be shared with anyone, and to let you guys know, if you're going through anything similar to what I'm going through, it's okay. You'll make it. Um, you survived this long. You've probably been through a lot of different things, like myself. I've survived things like by the skin of my teeth, and I made it through. So it's like now I'm tired of just surviving. I'm done with just surviving. It's time for me to thrive. And the way to do that for me is to get my mental health under check, like get my mentality under check, because I realize like I can feel like I am not going to make it all I want to all day long. But as soon as I put my mind to it, you know what? I did this before. I can do it again. Maybe I didn't do this before, but I'm going to do this, right? And I realized that. And the example I have of that is when I had went to the hospital and I had to get put in some machine. I forget what it was. I forget what it's called. That is a CAT scan, I think. Anyways, I go to in this long tunnel thing machine, and it's very tight enclosed, right? I don't like to be in tight spaces. So I had to mentally tell myself, because I started feeling myself panic. I'm like, you know what? I can do this. Just breathe. You can do this, Shamika. Just breathe. And I got through it. And I realized, you know what? I might be put into an uncomfortable situation, but I'll breathe and I'll make it through. Because we go into that. This is something I'm learning. We go into survival mode when our frontal lobe shuts off, and we start using that primitive brain. So you're not thinking, you're just reacting, right? You're not responding, you're reacting. So, and I realized I've lived that way for most of my life, if not all. I'm just reacting. It's not that I don't know what I'm doing, but in that moment, no, it is basically I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just reacting. That's what it is. In that moment, I'm just reacting. Something happens, I just react. Kind of like getting burnt on the stove. Your first instinct, or my first instinct, because I knew somebody whose first instinct wasn't to pull their hand out, but my first instinct is to pull my hand. If my hand is going to feel that heat, I'll pull it back, right? That's reacting. It's not responding to it, but it's reacting. And in some cases, that's perfectly normal. But when you are dealing with someone who is abusive and who is manipulative, you should never, in my opinion, or let me put it towards myself, I should never just react. I need to respond, because I know when dealing with someone who's abusive, it depends on what type of abuse it is too, but they're looking for your reactions rather than your response. They want you to be off balanced, and that's not going to work on me anymore. I'm so serious. If he's watching this video, that's not going to work on me anymore. And I'll tell you that now. So good luck. Anyways, that was kind of a side note, but I'm back. And I will try to, let me move a little bit. I will try to post videos more often. That's the plan, at least. And I do have a lot of different plans. I just got to write them down. Because if you make a plan and you're not really writing down, it's all in your mind, it's basically stuck there. You're not really going to do it, right? So I got to write it down like I'm doing the rest of the stuff I'm doing. So that way I can see it visually and just act upon that. Go by that list and let it grow. Hold on. My son is in there creating things, and y'all, he got some oatmeal in a skillet. I gave him a pot set, my oat pot set. So he's in there cooking, so to speak. But he had put some oatmeal in there. He got his step stool, got some seasonings out the cabinet, seasoned his, at this time it was biscuits, and then put it back. And then told me, hey, mommy, you gonna buy something from my bakery? So I just see him walking past with a measuring cup full of water. So I'm gonna have to go check on him, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully, you guys be safe. Bye.